Hello, my name is Douglas Bloch. I'm an author and mental health educator. Welcome to Depression Recovery Channel, where each week we talk about practical tools and coping strategies for healing from depression and anxiety. The title of today's video is Growth Through Pain. But before we start, we have to tell our regular joke to get the endorphins going, right? So what is it that sits at the bottom of the ocean and twitches? A nervous wreck, of course. All right, well, to our topic. So many years ago, probably, I don't know, in my late 30s, I was contemplating my life and what a mess it had been. I had failed at a number of relationships. I couldn't hold a job. And I had been hospitalized twice for depression. It looked like my life was going nowhere. Then one day, I heard the story of the butterfly. It seems that a gardener was working in his garden, right? And he happened to one day spot a chrysalis, also known as a cocoon. He realized that inside that chrysalis was a caterpillar, right? Struggling to become a butterfly. And he said, I'm going to make things a little easier. So he took out from his pocket a shears. He cut a slit lengthwise so it would be much easier for the struggling butterfly to emerge. Well, when it did emerge, guess what? It was a shriveled up thing with wings that were no use to fly and never would be. What the well-meaning gardener had failed to realize is that the butterfly needed the struggle in order to experience its transformation. You see, without the struggle, there would be no butterfly. Over the past 40 years, I have discovered the meaning of this universal truth. You see, everything that I've learned about depression recovery, everything I teach on this channel, occurred because of my struggles to overcome depression in the numerous episodes I've experienced. I wrote this memoir. It's now an audiobook. You might want to check it out, called When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, about my worst depressive episode in 1996-97. And I came up with this term, my survival plan for living in hell. It wasn't a term, it was actually a program. How did I develop this program? I didn't read it in a book. I didn't copy it out of anywhere. It was because I was struggling to stay alive day by day in the face of my suicidal thoughts and impulses. And so I had to come up with something to keep me alive. And that's how I developed this program, In the Trenches. Now, of course, the principle of growth through pain doesn't just apply to me. Virtually everybody who's done anything great or important has had to face their struggles and overcome their demons. For example, Bill Wilson, one of my heroes who founded Alcoholics Anonymous, did so because he was a hopeless alcoholic and needed something to help maintain his sobriety. Then there's this guy who's really popular right now named Joe Dispenza. He teaches neuroscience internationally. And he got into the field because he broke his back and was told he would never walk again, and he had to find some techniques to basically resurrect himself. And then Nelson Mandela, who was the first elected president in a multiracial election in South Africa, used his 27 years in prison to develop a kind of compassion that would allow him to relate to all South Africans. And this is what he said later on. He said, "As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison." Think about how a pearl grows inside of an oyster. A piece of or a grain of sand irritates the oyster. In response, it produces a pearl. Without the irritation, there would be no beautiful pearl. Same is true for us. If you want your muscles to get stronger, you challenge them with greater levels of weight and resistance. In response, the muscles sustain damage and injury. But in repairing those muscles, when the body repairs those muscles become stronger and also bigger. In a similar fashion, in going through trials and tribulations and all sorts of challenges, it is then that we grow our emotional and spiritual muscles. As Nietzsche was fond of saying, I know a lot of you heard this a lot of times, I still like it though, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Now, growing through pain is never easy. Why? Because it's only in hindsight, looking backwards, that we can see the meaning and lessons of the challenge. When we're in it, we don't have that perspective, right? So we'll say, why is this happening to me? Why me, Lord? What is this possible, pain going to do for me? I remember during one of my depressive episodes, I said, I'm the king of affirmations, right? I wrote a book on affirmations, and yet my mind can no longer hold a positive thought even for 1 second. It's completely been destroyed disabled, I will never ever smile again, etc. It just looked like it was a total disaster. Little did I know that what I learned through overcoming these challenges would lead me down a new path of writing and teaching that I never could have imagined. Therefore, from my current perspective, if I could go back in time and speak to that struggling Douglas, I would say, have faith, hold on, you can make it. And when the time is right, the purpose and meaning of this test will be revealed unto you. And that's exactly what happened. This has been Douglas Bloch. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it meant something to you, and I hope you got something from it. So if you're struggling right now, don't think all is lost. Some good can and will come from it. If you like this video, give it a like, or you can put your comment in the comments section. If you want to email me, you can do so at douglasbloch@gmail.com. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can simply click on the subscribe button actually my photo when it comes up in the closing credits, and you will be taken to the subscribe page. And if you click on the button to the right, you'll be notified every time I do a new video or do live chat. And if you want to be a sustaining member of this channel, simply click on the Patreon image and you will be taken to my crowdfunding page. Until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thank you so much for watching.